Hi, everybody. This is Gary, the vegan carburetor of YouTube fame, exposing diet and health bullshit on the internet for 7 years. Today's video continues the Liver King scandal. Liver King maintained that he never took steroids. And what happened was he had some guy who was coaching him, and they emailed each other back and forth talking about his steroid use and what he's been doing. And the coach ended up exposing the Liver King by putting those emails online, showing that he's defrauding a whole bunch of people. Matter of fact, this might be illegal. It'd be good if we could get the law involved to show people that it does matter. It does matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter.
It's just wrong to do this to people. Over here on the screen, that is Paul Saladino, also known as Rat Boy, a former business partner of the Liver King and fellow carnivore. You're going to end up in the mud with the people you associate when you're in a dirty business. I just did a simple search on the two of them. Here we have Paul Saladino is as much of a charlatan as Liver King is. He just doesn't lie about taking steroids, but still touts the same nonsense about every food being BS, to the point where you got to eat nothing but liver and everything else on the animal. Pseudoscience, cherry picking is. And look down here. Joe Rogan looks like he said that Paul is the real Liver King. Very interesting. And over here, let's see, Salad Boy, who goes by Carnivore-MD, is really ridiculous. Teamed up with the organ-eating primal Liver King to discuss the dangers of processed food and seed oils and anything vegan. He joined Liver King on his latest mission to help children who are hurting, suffering, and struggling from not eating enough meat and liver. That's what they all come down to. Yeah, so they're recruiting kids into their cult. So in light of this scandal here, this expose on Liver King, Paul Saladino has made a video about it. I guess he's got some explaining to do. Maybe some damage control. I was thinking this morning, you could say he's caught in a trap here, like a mouse trap. And then that reminded me of a song, a song that is on this album from the early 80s, all about video games. And there was one video game, I guess it's called Mousetrap. The song called Mousetrap right there. Here's how a little of it goes. Mousetrap, Cash was the bait.
Won't somebody help me before it's too late? The hawk is upon me and the cat's coming too.
Rat Boy's caught in a mouse trap.
What will I do? Mouse.
Okay, so what will he do? That brings us to the video. Let's watch and see how he tries to scurry out of this mousetrap.
So I wanted to post a story today with a little more context for the Liver King situation. I posted a reel with my thoughts. I've known Brian for 5 years, long before his social media presence began.
Oh, I didn't know that. He's given me the info I need here. Known him for 5 years. Wow, Liver King didn't get on the internet until less than 2 years ago.
Thoughts. I've known Brian for 5 years, long before his social media.
First thing I notice is how he looks, man. How old is he? Okay, here's my reaction. I froze it. Born in 77? So that's 9 years after me. That would make him 45. Really? Gee, I'm that old, man. Don't look it. Well, with the facial hair, yeah. Yeah, he looks like a typical 45-year-old. Not someone who's really into health. And his voice, did you hear his voice there? That's something I just noticed there.
With my thoughts. I've known Brian for 5 years, long before his social media presence began. He's a good human.
I don't know about that, man. This reminds me of, I don't want to bring the orange guy up, or how these carnivores are getting more orange by the week. Our former president, he was always talking about bad people and calling them good people. And I've been talking for years about the parallels between the diet world, all these corrupt people in opposite land, and politics, and how people debate back and forth. It's so almost identical. It's not normal conversation to call people good people. I think it's protesting too much. You're projecting that maybe he's not. Maybe he's not.
At his core.
At his core. Oh, reminds me of a Rush lyric. Of the last Rush song I used in a video 2 or 3 weeks ago. I didn't play that part, though. Here it is. I'm feeding the flame, and then back into the next chorus. Folks are basically decent. Yeah, basically.
He's a good human at his core.
But in action, that's not what's driving people. People's worst comes out when it counts. And so it doesn't matter what's at a basic level.
And I'm incredibly disappointed by...
That's how he separates himself from Liver King there. So disappointed.
Steroid revelations, which appear to be true. I think integrity is everything.
It should have appeared to him to be true when he first looked at this guy.
The most common question that I'm getting asked now is, didn't you know, Paul, about the steroid use?
Yes. I thought he was going to evade all this kind of stuff. He's going to actually address the obvious question. Well, he didn't know. See, he's going to play dumb. He's going to say, he never told me. I asked him. And there's a clip of that. I asked him. So he didn't know. So he can claim ignorance that no one ever told him.
The answer is no. I had my concerns about it. I had my doubts that he was free of PEDs like so many of you. But on multiple occasions when I challenged him with this,
No. You asked him the question, do you take steroids? Just like everyone was asking the question, because it looks like he does. And what was Liver King's response? It was my last video. Yeah, he loves the question. Yeah, because it's another chance to lie, which got him attention because he looks like he's on steroids and he's saying he's not.
Talk to us about, whether you use performance-enhancing drugs or steroids or anything to get this physique.
Listen, I love this question. I've been getting this question since high school, and it's done more to lift the Liver King brand and message than any other question.
Was told that the answer is no, that he was not on any performance-enhancing drugs.
Just notice his video isn't even in HD. Why doesn't this guy have HD capability here? And you can still see all those wrinkles. Oh, yeah. Oh. I think I just answered the question.
Had no knowledge of his PED use, though I did have my concerns, as I said. I will take full responsibility for my lack of ability to challenge him with those concerns sooner. When he began getting traction on social media, I should have brought my concerns about the truthfulness, the veracity of his statements, of his claims that he was not using PEDs to him sooner. And like I said, I will take full responsibility for that. That was my mistake. But I did not know about that. And I think that it is good that we now know what appears to be the reality. I fear for his health long term.
Yeah, this guy, man, I think health goes along with longevity, and this guy is just not going to be around for long. Well, look at this area here. These wrinkles here. Now, he is wrinkled. Doesn't look so wrinkled here anymore. But I learned a long time ago that this is one of the places where you look to see if someone's lying. If the area here is all scrunched up. Like when he says, I
think that it is good that we now know.
Oh yeah, saying, oh, it's good that this has come out. Yeah, right. Why do you think that, Salad Boy?
What appears to be the reality. I fear for his health long term. I have concerns for his family, and I hope that he will use this as an opportunity to move forward in a positive way, to get off all of these drugs, which are clearly not good for him, and to live his life in a truly ancestrally consistent way. The interesting thing about Brian is that he does live his ancestral tenets. I've seen that firsthand. He's true about that, but he made a big mistake not being truthful about the PED use, and I hope this will be his opportunity to do.
Okay, it wasn't a mistake. It was a business model. It's a very common ploy to trick people. Take the steroids to get really muscular and then claim that you got muscular on these supplements that you are selling. And supplements are not natural. You shouldn't need them if you're actually on this natural diet, which they are not. Humans' natural diet is fruit. And that diet has been out for a long time now. And so we've seen that it just doesn't sell as much as a meat diet. That sounds more addictive to people.
I hope that his health will improve as he gets off these substances.
Wait a second. What's wrong with his health?
Which he doesn't need to be a good human and don't really contribute to his message in any way, shape, or form. I care about him as a human, and I look forward to direct conversations with him, and he will be healthier and around for his kids longer term. So hopefully that answers your questions, guys. Again, I take full responsibility for not challenging him with my concerns sooner. I should have done that, but I had no knowledge of his use of PEDs. I was misled, but I did make mistakes as well.
Well, I didn't know the video was that short. And you don't even have to look at the comments to know almost all his followers will let it go. But the reality is we're seeing just this whole community start to fall apart one by one. There's Frank, who said he almost died. And a lot of people like Paul starting to incorporate plant foods. Sean Baker, problems in his blood test. Then you got the camaraderie guy who lost a debate real bad. And just yesterday I was researching for a video. It's very similar to this. A big scandal involving a big person in the keto community that we all know. This is huge. I'm surprised this hasn't gotten out yet. Just one by one. It's the corruption. And at its heart is that these people are bad people who will use underhanded techniques and trick people and lie and, all that stuff. Speaking of camaraderie, he made a video about Liver King 2. Let's check this out. I can only stand a few seconds of him. So,
is Liver King natty? That's what he said.
Yeah.
I think he was like TikTok age. They say natty.
Yeah. Well, first thing I'm now you're giving me a sidetrack, but I'll say this. Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here, these legs? So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you.
So I never figured out if that is Paul Saladino. He looks like a rat. Just look at it. It really looks like he's been brainwashed, and he has. Just look at this.
All right, so this video is going to be on the Liver King. As most of you probably know, he recently has been shown to be not natural. He was exposed in a video by More Plates, More Dates. And this has been very controversial as far as how we should go about looking at Liver King since he's been exposed. Personally, I've been a fan of him all along. I think.
Wow, look, man, gee. Yeah, brainwashed by scammers, liars. He admits it.
I think he's great for humanity, right? He's promoting a primal message.
Just, man. The guy's getting people to eat raw animal organs and hurting their health. Just amazing.
But in this video where he gives his confession, I'm just going to react to it and talk about Liver King a little bit.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. I was rich and anonymous, and after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous. And
I believe him. I believe that he was really, really rich before social media and that his businesses were doing very well. In which case, the fact that he actually went public about this whole Liver King thing and became famous is pretty admirable, because being famous is not that good. If you're rich and you're anonymous,
I've got to go back and hear that again.
The fact that he actually went public about this whole Liver King thing and became famous is pretty admirable, about and that his businesses were doing very well. In which case, the fact that he actually went public about this whole Liver King thing and became famous is pretty admirable, because being famous is not that good. If you're rich and you're an
Some people really want to be famous. And look at the famous people that have been out there. They don't ever go away. They don't retire. They feed off it. They need the attention. It's a very common trait with sociopathic people, in which Liver King appears to be one.
That's way better than being rich and famous. He can't go anywhere.
And take like Elon Musk and other super rich people and Donald. These people could have remained out of the public completely and just been rich, lived a good life, but they wanted to be famous because you get bored of money and you need something else. Fame, power.
He can't go anywhere without being recognized. I mean, his life is probably...
He could shave. If he took off his hat and shaved his facial hair and put on a shirt, he would just look like some average bald middle-aged guy.
worse now than it was before, but at least he's helping people.
Everyone knows that processed food's bad. Most people are not taking his diet advice.
I think it's really commendable, and it's really selfless what he did. He's helping millions of people.
Just unbelievable. Oh, no. Just unbelievable, dude. Joey Schwartz, you are unbelievable. Talk about doubling down and tripling down. Okay, I want to stop right there. All right, speaking of camaraderie, I found out some stuff that I don't think many vegans know. On December 10, he's going to debate Durian Rider. It's on his video lineup. He's already set it up as a video that hasn't happened yet. And I'm going to cover that live. So be here on December 10. Also, again, surprising is that I found that they already had a debate 3 weeks ago. I never knew this. Durian Rider didn't make a video on it or put it on his site. It's on the other guy's site. So I'm going to cover that too, if I can. I'm so busy now. There's too many things going on. And real soon I'm going to make a video about me. I'm finally going to shave off all my facial hair, and so we can see just how old I look. Because people have been saying I look so bad. I'm saying it's the facial hair just making me look like that. And let's see. We're going to see if I really look as bad as with the facial hair. And do I actually look worse than Frank and Paul Saladino and all the others? And instead of me just saying, give my video a thumbs up and subscribe, I just told you why you should subscribe. Because I'm the real deal. I'm telling you in advance that I'll make a video with no facial hair. What if it doesn't turn out good? Well, I have confidence because I got 27 years experience. Deal with it.